Hi, so in this video we're going to be showing how to make the propeller for a quadcopter with a flex option. Okay, so here already you can see there that I have my picture brought in, and at any time if you want to edit the picture, do anything with it, you can double click on it. Now you'll see this line comes up here, and make sure you untick that, otherwise later on when you create a model and if you go to different views it'll zoom way out and it gets very annoying after a while. So there's a bit of playing around with this first of all to get the picture to the right size. So what we want to do is want to kind of line it up on this construction box that I already set up earlier, and it's just to help me keep the model proportional. So there's the picture. Now if you ever want to, you can turn down the transparency on that of course as well. We'll hit OK there. So there I have it there now, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit sketch, circle, and on one of the corners I'm just going to set this guy to 10, and I'm going to do an extrude here, and I'm going to keep it mid plane. I want to get as much use out of the symmetry on this as I can, so hit OK, and that has left me with this cylinder. Now what this cylinder is going to be hold the propeller on each side. So the first thing I want to do there is I want to put in a plane into the center of that. So if we take the right plane for example and go back to the side, just going to move it in, get it inside there because I want to draw a profile on that. Hit OK. And the second thing then is I want another plane, because on this model the blades are about 110 in length, so I'll move it to that distance. Hit OK. Now just before I start there, I'll just make the planes a bit bigger. Now, so on plane 1 then I want to draw a sketch, and what I'm drawing now is just a guide. You know, this can vary from model to model, the different kinds of blades. So if I start there roughly in the middle, I'm going to use a slot, not putting any dimensions on it, and hit escape and exit sketch. And then on plane 2 I am going to open another sketch looking at 90 degrees, and this time I'm going to put a point in the center. So we're going to be using a loft to create the main body of this wing first of all. Now you can see here, if I go to features now, come out of that and hit a loft, and I pick up the profile and the point, it makes a very sharp looking blade, quite unrealistic. So we need to put some curvature on that. So I'll come out of that, and I'm going to do another sketch, this time on the top plane using a spline. And if I look straight down here, I can pick up this, bend it down, and I hit escape there. Now when you're putting in this spline, these are going to be guide curves. They're going to kind of give literally a guide to making the edges of the blade. So we want one on each side, but it's very important that they are in separate sketches, otherwise they won't work. So if you pick up this guy here now, put in another guy, and hit escape there. And now what we've got now is the profile in here, we've got the point down here, and then we've got our two guide curves. So if I go features, and now we go into loft boss base, again pick up the slot, the point. There's what we had earlier, the very sharp looking wing. But if I go down here now and click on these guide curves, and I click that and that, it'll make a much nicer blade. And I'll hit OK on that. Now we've got one blade, and we could circular pattern it around in a moment if we wanted, but nearly all them blades have some kind of twist on the blade itself. So I'm going to use flex for that now. If you're looking for flex, it's up here, insert, features, flex, but I already have it up here in my toolbar. So now watch what happens. I'm going to show you a mistake here. If you click the whole thing, it's going to try and flex the whole thing. So when you're doing that loft, you should go into the loft, and you should always unmerge it for doing these. So unmerge is down there, hit OK. Now what we've got is we've got two different bodies. We've got this guy, and we've got the body that holds the blade itself. So now I can go back into flex. What do I want to alter? It's this body. Now it's not a bending, it's a twisting is what we want to go on with it. Now if we line it up there and twist it now, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. When it comes down to a point, it's very finicky, I find, because it's like it's lofted in on top of itself. It actually worked that time, okay, which is happy days it does. If it does not work, what you may have to do is you may have to go back in here to flex, and you may have to move in these planes here. So it just seems to solve the problem. So you can see you can move the planes there if you want to, okay. I think you can leave the one at the point in the front. Earlier on in another demo I moved it in at the back to stop the when I had a problem with doing the flex, okay, but it seems to be working in this, okay. Now seeing as it's working there, what we need to do next now is we need to mirror that around. But actually, sorry, you think a mirror would work, but it's not the right way to do it, because it's flipped over on the other side. So what we'll do is a circular pattern for this. Pick up circular pattern. The direction, or what am I going to spin it on, is the axial line here in the middle. So click on that. Now it's not a feature, it's a body is what you're moving, or circular pattern around, okay. So do that, then hit OK, and there is our blades. And you can see they have a slight kind of a twist or a bend on them there. And the only other thing really I do with that then after that, and I'll just hide that plane for a minute, is I might put a dome on the top. Again, insert, features, dome. Now yours might be different. You can just click on the top there, turn it down if you want, and we'll hit OK. And that's the first way of drawing a propeller for a drone. Later on we'll look at the bottom of doing a screw thread into it and stuff like that, should you need to. Okay, thank you.